Welcome viewers to another episode of Brave Namibia, where we celebrate both ordinary and extraordinary Namibians. In our first clip today, we're in Windhoek, where DJ Dreas chatted to Michael Kayunde.
Okay, my name is Dreas, 26-year-old boy, or rather man from Otjiwarongo, Namibia. I'm a DJ, record producer, creative entrepreneur, and all-around creative, to be honest. Yeah. Okay, my love for music dates back in high school. I think 2013 to 2014 when I was in grade 10. My brother usually, when he comes back from like university, he would always come with latest like house music. So whenever he'd play it, I would always be like, oh, what is this? And I fell in love with it then, and then I was always curious about actually making, like, how did these guys make this music? So that's when I stepped into like trying to know how to make the music. And once I found out how to make the music, I started making beats by myself. And then, yeah, one thing led to another. Graduated from high school. I started DJing in university, my first year in efforts to basically expand my audience for the music. And then I think I just fell in love with it deeper and deeper and deeper. And then, yeah, and I just pursued it as a career. Well, I think it boils down to, I think, the music still. I mean, although I may not have been consistent in like releasing music, I have been consistent in making the music. And I think every time I open my softwares, I just fall in love with the whole process, you know, and just the music itself. So that's how I've managed to stay within the industry, and also just that drive to succeed and become someone who can leave maybe a legacy behind when I move on. I think that still drives me till to this day, and I think I will not stop until I reach that status. Yeah. Okay, so with events, right? The whole notion and the whole thinking about creating communities was that, you know, as DJs and I think a lot of emerging DJs can maybe take something from what I'm about to say, is that, you know, when you are starting and you're going through that process of being an unknown DJ or just starting out, you know, you don't get a lot of places that, you know, accept you for who you are at whatever level you are. You know, you always get rejected, you always get told no, you always get told or get asked how many tickets are you gonna sell when they know that you are not that quite popular, or you even get unpaid for your job, you know. So that's where my frustration was always at, in that, why do I always have to beg people for platforms or for me to go on their platforms when I can just create my own? So that was the thinking about behind creating events, is that, you know, create my own communities that I can exist in and curate the way I want to, so that it's not only for me, but for all the other DJs as well, that, you know, also may face the same fate that I faced when I was coming up, so that we can also just change the culture and the way we book DJs and book artists and give people platforms. So that's the thinking about creating an event. And when we've created some of the events that we've created, we've always had that in our mind, that the creators come first. And then, yeah, luckily, I think God has blessed us with the right teams to pursue these things, because the event business is not easy. You know, you get days where it's bad weather, you get days where it's low attendance, but you still have to keep on pushing through, just so that the bigger goal is to maybe see yourself one day as maybe one of the biggest events or communities in the world. So a shout out to everybody who has had a hand, even yourself, Michael, who has had a hand in being a key stakeholder in whether it's events, whether it's artists, whether it's media. You know, I think we all coexist in one industry and we can't do without each other. You know, with that question, I get emotional, right? Because I, like you said, I do see both sides of the coin. But I think it's very, very unfair for Namibia to be compared to South Africa in that aspect, because I think so many things are against us. Number one, the population. Number two, I think infrastructure. Number three, I think also just culture. I mean, we are cultured people here in Namibia, but I think for other reasons. And I don't think music or entertainment has been in our bloodline. Whereas like South Africa, those guys are musicians from dating back to the 1800s. You know, these guys, it's in them to create music, and this country has built some of the world's best talents. Like, I think they probably are equal or tied to the most Grammy award winners in Africa, in the continent. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's something to aspire to be, but I think it's unfair to compare Namibia of a population of 3 million, whereas like out of the 3 million, how many people are musicians, and how many people of that group are actually serious musicians, and how many people of that group have the proper infrastructures like a South African would, because a South African talent would then just walk to Sony, whereas us, Namibia, you have to grind and grind and grind until you get recognized, maybe in South Africa, maybe Sony. But I mean, of course, you can then say, no excuses, there's the internet, there's whatnot, but hey, it's really difficult. So I think South Africa is a world-class environment when it comes to the music industry. They have the offices there, they have headquarters there. People are investing huge money into just the space, eventing. I mean, we have the Tylers of the world. We have, there's just so much money flowing in that industry because there's structure, there's proper ways of doing the music business. Whereas here, I think there's a long way to go. But it's not it's not done. I mean, all it takes is just for us to, look at what our neighbors are doing, and then maybe at a smaller scale, just replicate and then see maybe if something will work, I think two things can be true. The one thing that can be true is that we can have success everywhere in the country, not just Windhoek. And then it can also be true that Windhoek just maybe makes more sense because, it's centralized, everybody's here, all the brand companies are here, and, going outwards to different places in the country might be a little bit more expensive because it's logistics, transport, accommodation, all of those things. But it's barriers that can't be broken down, and I think with a lot of event groups here in Windhoek, I think they do aspire to go out there, not only maybe to the north, but outside South Africa, to the world, basically. It's a phrase that they like to use, to the world. So I think everyone aspires to get there, but I think the normal steps is to start somewhere, build a core foundation, build a base, a community, and then grow with that and then move to different places. I mean, just like how you mentioned now, Swakopmund. So we only went to Swakopmund because of the data that we've collected and said that, okay, this is a territory that we must exploit next. And then after Swakopmund is going to be something else. And after that something else is going to be something else. I think it's a step-by-step process. And if you are in the business, you'll understand that it takes time. So yeah, that's what we are going to do. Just take our time, make sure we do each one perfectly, and then go to... Okay, off the top of my head, I'll definitely just advise them to, this one is so cliche, just do it, man. Just do it. I think the universe, or what I've learned, is that the universe doesn't punish us for doing one thing over the other because we feel like one thing is right and one thing is wrong, right? Especially in the pursuit of creative dreams. I feel like your purpose, if you feel like you are a creative that has a vision, a goal, whichever way you go, it basically is part of your journey. Whether you go this side, whether you go that side, it doesn't matter. It's part of your journey. You have to fail sometimes. You have to win sometimes. You have to go forward. You have to go back. It's the circle of life. So I think stand up, take action, do it. And I think the energy that comes from within of just doing, I think that energy is so powerful that it will just attract the things that you want as you just do. But if you're not doing, then nothing gets attracted, and then you just stay where you are. So yeah, that would be my advice. Just do it.
Next, we head to Ongwediva, where Kenya Kambowe caught up with professional nail technician Emily Shikongo.
Emily, thank you very much for making time for us. Just tell us who you are and what do you do.
Okay, my name is Emily Shikongo. I'm originally from Okapsa, but now I'm residing in Ongwediva. So I do business here in Ongwediva now. I think I can call myself as if I'm from Ongwediva because I've been here for more than 10 years. I understand one qualifies to become one when they are more than 10 years from that place.
Okay, and what do you do?
Okay, what I do here is I just do nails. I'm a professional nail technician in Ongwediva. Not so to be proud, but most of the people know me as a nail technician, and I work from the open market in Ongwediva. I've been here since 2007, but my journey of doing nails started in 2004. Just after when I was working in the bank, then I decided to come to this business. I was introduced this business by my cousin, Esther Shikongo. She first started doing it in Bendu. And then from there, she asked me, my sister, what are you doing? I said, no, nothing. But there's a business that is coming up whereby it's booming. I think you will do it. And then she asked me if I have money. Then I say, yeah, I have some few cents that maybe I can do with that business. Then we talked, and then she introduced me to the person that will train me in Windhoek. Then I didn't waste time. I went to go for training, and then I started with my journey for the nails.
Okay. Tell us your first client, if you can remember. How was it? Were you nervous, or was because I did a training? Yes.
My God. At the beginning, it was my mom and my sister, because those are the people that I was comfortable with. So I did my mom's nails, and then my sister, she forced me to do her a French. A French is that, the white on top. It was very challenging because it was difficult at the time. So I did it, and then at the very beginning, it was difficult when I was like starting to do.
Time consuming.
Time consuming, and I felt heavy, on my shoulders. Yeah, but it went on until the people started getting to know me. That was back in Okapsa and mobile also. So my dad also, he saw that I was doing well. He built me a room at the back at our business in the village. So I've been conducting my business from there. And then I realized a lot of people are coming from Oshakati or Ongwediva. And then I decided to make a plan so that I can bring the business to the people. That's how I stopped stopped working from home, and then I moved here.
Okay. Now, talking about 2007 up to 2025, that's more than 15 years ago. So why did you never stop? What kept you going? Say that, no, this is my passion. I don't want to take another route in terms of building myself. I want to go into this industry, and until one day I stopped.
I think doing what you like to do is for the best. Then you'll never get what is the word? Bored. Because I can tell you now, after all those experience of years that I've been doing nails, if you wake me up at 10 in the evening just to go and do your nails, I'll go do it freely with clear heart. So that means it's something that I love doing. It's something that is in me. Yeah. So it kept me going. Of course, I've been living on it. I have achieved a few things in my life which I have never achieved at some other places where I was. Yeah, it's something that kept me going. I love doing nails. I love conversation with my clients and experiment new things and stuff like that. It's beautiful.
So can I also call you a therapist? Because people, when you're doing their nails, they might be pouring down their problems and then you have to listen. So
yeah.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, tell us more. Since you've been doing this for many years, you probably had employees over the years that you worked with, trained. Some of them have grown to also establish their own businesses, which means that you're also part of those who are creating employment for the country. So just tell us, how is that journey? How do you feel when you see one of your products out there making a name for themselves?
Honestly speaking, it's beautiful. Especially, and most of the people, before I go there, even those whom I have not been training or not working for me, they go out there and say, they have either worked with me or I've trained them.
Okay.
But I think it's a wishful thinking. They wish they can be like me.
Yes.
But there's nothing special that I do. Rather, I call it maybe talent or the love. But the thing is, I've trained a lot of people that are doing their own businesses. That makes me very happy. The girls, I have worked with a lot of girls. They went out there, they went to start their own businesses. I'm very happy for them, and they are still going and successful with their businesses. And the good thing is, we are still in contact. If they need something, either be it advice or something, they always show up and ask. So it's a very good thing.
Okay. They say whether it's successful, there's always challenges. Can you remember one of the challenges, whether it is back then when you started or now that your challenge that you've been going through all these years? What's the biggest challenge you ever had in terms of in this doing nail technician?
Yeah, being a nail technician, it can be looked as a simple job because you are just sitting and talking. But you can work long hours.
Yes.
You can work midnight. My challenge is working until late, very late, and then you are expected to be here at maybe 7 o'clock or evening.
Yes.
And my other challenge is difficult customers. Sometimes you get them. Sometimes you get difficult customers. But yeah, we have a way of how to handle them. You just have to know. You don't have to be angry as the customer is already coming angry. You just have to calm down and everything will be fine.
And how do you feel like, for example, you have a customer as we're talking right now, 3 of them just pop up, no, we want to do our nails and you are already busy, telling people to come a bit later or turning them down. Do you somehow feel bad, but is that the reason why you expanded your business?
Having 3 customers popping up in my heart, I'm like nervous because the thing is, I don't want to disappoint any of them.
Yes.
But I don't have yeah. So you just tell them nicely that this one came first, second is this one, and all that. And I have a challenge when it comes to timing, because you can tell a person that you should come at this time. Some people turn up at that time, some they don't. So it's difficult, but we manage.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it was not doing nails, what else do you think you would have excelled in? If it was not, if you were not supposed to be doing nails by now, what was the other profession that you would like to have tried out?
Do you want me to be honest with you?
Yes.
Okay. I can say I don't know, because this I love. This is going. I love it. Even if with COVID, challenges started, but we kept going. We kept going. So I don't know what I would have done again. But one thing for sure, I was not going to work for someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And just maybe in conclusion, you see, when you look at this industry, it comes with a reputation. So some people are not coming to you because they just want to do their nails. It's based on your reputation. Just tell us how important is reputation when it comes to in industry where quality service is required.
What I will say is respect. Do not overlook. People do come in different levels when they come to you, but what you need to do is respect everyone, same level. Whether she's rich or she's poor, they all bring money to you, and they are coming because you are good. So you just respect everyone. That's all what we have to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe just your last words to an unemployed or someone who's looking for a career to venture in. Just tell them how does some of these kind of industries where you don't need to be an employee, where you can just start up and do your business. Just tell us, just advise them to see that no, these are industries they can also go into.
No, I'm more talking about the girls. Nowadays, economy is not so good, and everyone is trying to get money here and there by doing this and that. But honestly, they need to be, what is the word? They need to
Confident, passionate.
Not passionate. They need to be determined, and whatever they do, they must work hard. They must work hard to achieve whatever they can, because nowadays no one gives money just like that. You need to work hard. You need to know why you are doing what you are doing, so that you can go and feed your people at home. You have to have that focus on you. Don't just say, today I made $100, I'm going to buy a top at Legit. It doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, life is not all about good things. Yeah.
Okay.
So they must work hard.
Okay. Emily, thank you very much for your time, and all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for tuning in today. If you know of anyone you feel should feature on our show, please contact us at brave@synergy.com.na.